I am Teri Allison. I am a certified TLS trainer, coach, and also a personal trainer. I love this program because it is just so one-stop shop. Everything is right there, your meal plan, your exercise plan, your coaches. It's a great program, and we're super excited to have Michelle with us today to go over the resistance bands. Woo! My job tonight is to go over a little bit about our TLS program and what you can find there. So Michelle and I are going to tag team here. And I think I've introduced myself well enough, right? So go on to what we did well this week, because this is what we do. We're accountability partners and a team, and we take good care of each other. So we're going to start with, what did you do well with this week, Miss Melissa?
If we could let Michelle introduce herself too, and then we'll shoot to them.
You got it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Hi. Thanks so much for having me here. I don't hope my reception's okay, but anyway, I appreciate it. I met Melissa actually online, and we just really connected and have a lot of cool connections and just same philosophies and stuff. So basically, I've been a fitness instructor for over 35 years and kind of been through the evolution of everything. And so I'm very familiar with different kinesiology, different aspects of different bodies, and different ages have to train differently. And then I've gone through my own, transformations along the way as well. And so I generally work with women that are over 40. That's mostly who I kind of connect with, because obviously I have that experience as well. I'm 51, and just going through perimenopause and just being the all or nothing 100% person that I used to be. So I was slowly gaining weight by being on all these diets, rather than learning how to look at food as something that's not bad, or exercise is a punishment. And I exercised my whole entire life, but I started because I thought I was fat, right? And so learning to use exercise as a tool to reduce stress and not have to work out so hard, I have gone more onto the yoga and lightweight training and stuff like that. And so I love to work with women on kind of finding their peace with that all or nothing mentality, whether that's exercise, food, stress and work, and how do you balance life? And so that's really how we balance our hormones, right? And so, but I love fitness, I love exercise. So, anyway, hence that's where I guess I come in today. So, yay.
All right. Yeah. And I'm going to stop recording so people can be authentic in our next. I
am going to talk a little bit about the importance of resistance bands. If I can get out of here. So Michelle will probably be talking even more about the importance of resistance bands and repeating a lot of what I say, but repetition is good to hear, right? 7 different ways from 7 different people, and it kind of sticks. So some of the benefits of using resistance bands is same muscle activity, less chance of injury. So you're using the muscle, if you're using your bicep, you're using your bicep while you're using the bands. You're not expanding that too far, right? So you're not adding your whole body to it. It's an isometric training, right? So you have less chance of injury because you're focused on the muscle that you're using. Greater muscle stimulus. So you're used to doing one thing, you're switching it up and doing something different. So you're stimulating your muscles a little bit. Stabilization, core activation, right? Because if you're using your band, you have to keep your abs tight while you're doing whatever you're doing, because you have to build that resistance. You have to stretch it out and move it. So you're activating your core. improved strength and athletic performance, because again, you're doing something different than your body's normally doing. You have more exercise options. You can do whatever you want with that band. One of the things I talked about in my little thing that I just did on Facebook, inviting people, was if you have a job where you're sitting all the time, or like Marlo and I drive all day. So I've been taking one with me and at stop signs, just kind of doing a little bit of what I can do in my car. When I'm sitting at my desk, I'm now putting it on my legs, and I'm doing, you know, the spread your legs thing, so that I'm getting some exercise going there while I'm sitting. When I'm not bicycling on my little bicycle that's under my desk. Because I don't have a lot of free time. And so I'm trying to do the best I can to get as much exercise in as I can. It's inexpensive. How much? I think it's like for $8 or something, you get a whole pack of like 4 different resistance, you know, like soft to hard, you know, difficult to easy to difficult. Ideal for rehabilitation, because again, you're focusing on that one singular muscle. You're not, like a lot of people say they can't do squats. And most of the time it's because they're not being very aware of where their knees are, and they injure themselves doing the squats or lunges because of improper motion, because you have so much going on. You have to think about so many different things. So when you're using a band and isometrics, you're using that one muscle and you're focusing on that muscle. And it's ideal for stretching and mobility. You can do so many stretches with it. And Michelle is going to show us all of those fun things. I see there's something in the chat. Tried to buy some weights to lift, but got sidetracked. Amy, well, I'm glad you're drinking your water. Get those get a band, and we can you can exercise next week, right? Excuse me. Swallowed down the wrong tube. So some of the benefits of, we just went over that, right? So I think that's kind of a pretty good caption of why it's important to, you know, exercise is so important. Pregnant women can use a band to exercise because it's so low resistance and so low impact is the word I was looking for. Athletes, I trained a guy that was an avid bicyclist, and he was able to, we use bands a lot to get his time up. So he was able to get his time up by doing stuff with the bands. And it's awesome for older adults because it's so low resistance. They don't have that, you know, like doing squats or doing high impact any type of high impact training or heavy weights is harder for somebody who's older that's not used to working out. So it's a great thing for older people to use. All right. I think that is enough of me. And food is the most abused anxiety drug. Exercise is the most underutilized antidepressant, right? So we all use that food for entertainment, for comfort. We use food for a lot of things we shouldn't. I know I've been doing a lot of comfort eating lately and not exercising. And so I have gained 10 pounds back. And it's, you know, I know what to do. I know what I should be doing. And sometimes you just get derailed and you got to get back on track. So it's time, because I can't fit into my clothes. I do not want to buy new clothes. If you want to win, if you don't have one and you want to win a resistance band, bring a guest to any of our classes. And Melissa, I'm sure that will be next. Free 12-week journal download. So if you get with the person who invited you tonight, and that person will give you their link, you can go on and download, go through a little survey, some questions about your health, about your goals, about what's important to you, and it'll give you a food plan at the end of it. And also at the end of it, you can download the journal. And journaling is so important. We have a client that argues that she's not losing any weight, and I asked for her food plan and what she's eating, and it was nothing following the plan at all. She has a lot of pain, and her body is starving for protein. She's not eating any protein at all, except what she's getting. Well, she wasn't eating any protein actually, because she's eating fruit. So, you know, it's just important to journal to find out what your body is reacting to, why your body is not doing what you feel like it should be doing. Right now, if I journaled, I would know exactly what I'm doing. So I don't even need to journal because I know what I'm doing wrong. We have free menu guides. So whatever food plan that the survey puts you on is your food plan. I am going on the fat shredder because I need to lose those 10 pounds. It is not a recommended long-term food plan. It is to kind of get you kick-started, and then you go to whatever food plan is next for you, whether it be rapid results or sure and steady or continued commitment, whatever, wherever you are. So when I'm done with fat shredder, I'll do the survey again, and then I'll know where I need to be. Free recipes. We have the most amazing recipes. So there is a lemon, I think it's a lemon cranberry bread that is phenomenal, and it's made with protein powder. Our protein pancakes are amazing. We have protein shake recipes that are off the hook. You can actually take the shake, make a shake out of it, and put it in the fridge or freezer and have it as an ice cream, you know, to substitute for that midnight snack. Well, that before 8 snack. Anyway, the recipes, we have a vegan, whole vegan recipes. We have Chinese food recipes. Is there Thai also? No. Yes, Thai. I knew there was another one. So just awesome recipes. And the accountability group is, you get videos that we watch about the different, about reading labels and how all the foods that are all the preservatives that are in labels, and what to stay away from and where to look for those, all those sugars that they add to your food that you have no idea. Who knew that black beans had sugar in them, or you know, whatever. You're like, what? And now they have added sugar, so you get 6 grams or 9 grams of sugar, and you have 4 grams of added sugar. Well, that's what, 13 grams of sugar, right? So you got to remember that when you're trying to maintain a weight or trying to lose body fat, that, you know, you got to take that into consideration, right? So these are all the things you get from our accountability group. The YouTubes, we have accountability with each other. Free Find Your Fit. So this is the profile that I was talking about with your food plan. So you go to this link that the person who brought you will give you that link, and then you sign on and just do the survey. It'll give you your food plan. The Nutri-Physical is an awesome survey as well. It will tell you pretty much where you're lacking in the nutrition that you're lacking in, right? So if you need more B's, if you need more C's, if you need K2, whatever you need, this will tell you where you need help. You know, you might be having sleeping issues or energy issues, and Obviously, we're not doctors. We cannot cure. We do not cure. They may help you. Free exercise guides. There is a whole program, week 1 through 3, week 4 through 7. It takes you by week so that you're progressing at a level that is safe for you. There's a cardio and a fitness program for each section of weeks, right? Yeah, 1 to 3, 4 to 7, and 8 to 12. So you're, like I said, you're progressing as you go along, and that's a safe time to switch, right? It's about 3 weeks. You may be able to go do it sooner, and that's fine too. And then Michelle, I'm sure we'll talk about weight and when to go up and all of that stuff. Win a band if you don't have one, and we're going to learn how to use it right now with Michelle. Woo!
All right, well, hi, it's nice to meet everybody. For those of you that just missed the intro, I've been in fitness for over 35 years, so I've played with pretty much every type of fitness accessory you could possibly use, and honestly, you're very right on all of the benefits of it. It's also very easy to travel with, one you didn't mention, and the nice thing about that is, you know, when you are working out online, you can go anywhere. There's really no excuse of why you're not exercising. I know there's many excuses that we find, even time, but ultimately you can spend 5 minutes and 2 ounces exercising, right? And so the fitness band is really a great tool to take anywhere, in your purse, or like you said, in the car. I mean, I'm not one to recommend in the car if you're driving, but you know, hey, whatever works, right? But I use it when I am the passenger a lot. I travel a lot too. And so anyway, that is one you didn't mention, but all the other ones are fabulous ones that, like, I just never really thought about so many of those too, but it's true, activating the core and resistance. I did have some exercises in my head that you can do multifunction exercises, but what I'll do instead is focus on upper body, lower body instead. And that's totally fine, so that you can get some tools. The other thing I'd like to mention is, if you want to do any of these exercises seated, you can do them seated as well. So I'll do some standing, but the same exercises, if you have a chair and you want to do that tonight, you're welcome to do that. I'm not going to run off and go grab a chair really quick, but yeah, so the band is awesome. And just to reiterate some of the benefits of even just exercising in general, whether it's weights, 1 pound, 2 pound, nothing, it is an antidepressant, right? So it's not about how long you work out. We have a mentality of, we have to work out for an hour, right? That's been the mentality forever. But really, if you're working out for 5 minutes, and that's just breathing techniques, you're calming your nervous system down, which is an antidepressant, right? But when we can lower that cortisol, that's what helps us burn fat. Like, there's so many things that come with stress. And so exercise is really exactly that. So anyway, I'd be happy to answer any questions. I have a, you know, obviously I have a Facebook. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I think Melissa has my link and stuff, but I am offering memberships to my website for a discount if you are with the M3 Mall. So I would love to start working out, if that's okay. Yeah, does everybody have a band today, Teri or Melissa? You're on mute.
We're not sure if everybody has one now, but we'd like to do the trainee now. And if they don't have theirs, they can still win it. And this is being recorded, so they'll be able to follow along next time. So take it away and put us to work.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you one more thing. If you don't have a band right now, I want you to go buy one, of course. and I think Melissa sells them or she's giving away. But if you have a pair of stretchy pants, like not just not workout pants, but like a pair of shorts that have elastic, you can actually, I'm very creative at home workouts, okay? So and I don't have any with me, but you can take a pair of like, even, let's say your husband, if he has pants that are elastic, or you have a pair of pants that have elastic, is you can actually use your pants and just, it'll, the fabric will just hang over. So I'm just forewarning you, there is no excuse. Okay, I'm gonna step on my mat. I'm gonna start with my glasses on so you can tell me if you can see me, and then just give me a thumbs up so I know you can see me, and then I'm just gonna do my thing. Is that okay? Okay. All right, can you see my whole body?
Yes.
Okay, then the glasses are coming off, and we're gonna get started. So we're gonna actually start with the upper body, and generally I would ask you to start with more of a warm-up, but we're just gonna start light and go from there. So what we're gonna start with is larger muscle groups. So you're actually gonna start with your hands holding it because it's a little easier. So this is our first exercise. Can you see me? And I could keep coming up, but you're gonna hold it like this. Okay? And what you're gonna do, I tell you what, I'm gonna start here, like as if I'm sitting. Is that easier for you to see? And you're gonna bring your arms up over your head like this. Okay? Perfect. Now everyone's gonna be different. Obviously there's shoulder distance. So this one is actually a very strong, heavy one. So you might want to get a couple different levels. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna flip behind you in just a second, is I want you to think of your shoulder blades pressing down and back, but drop your shoulders. So starting here, not behind you, we're gonna pull in front, and I'm gonna show you from the side, from here, and I'm gonna pull down and press my shoulder blades back and down. I'm gonna show you again this way. Up, press back and down. So think of your shoulder blades pressing down. Okay, so we're gonna just do 12 of everything, and we're gonna press. And I'm just gonna stay seated, but fire up your core. So when you talked about your core engagement, think about your rib cage, rather than arching, is tucking in your rib cage. So let's do 12, ready? 1. Now, you're just not pulling down, you're actually expanding just enough where you feel that resistance. 2. Exhale on the pull down, on the contraction. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you feel this in your neck and shoulders up high, that means you're bringing your shoulders up. So keep your shoulders away from your ears. I think that's 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now keep it right at chest level, like right at your chest here. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Sit super tall. Now reach your arms in front of you, below your shoulders. So make sure they're below your shoulders, right? So it's almost right at the chest. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna bring the elbows slightly out and press back. So think of your shoulder blades tucking and squeezing together, and I'll show you behind. So from here, we're gonna pull back and press. Pull back, kind of like a row, but each time you pull, it gets tighter. 3, 4, draw your belly button in, so sit super tall. 5, now keep going. I'm gonna show you if it was standing. It would look like this, a little tilt in the pelvis, right? 9, 10, 11, and 12, yes? So the next one, if you're standing, or if you're sitting, if you can stand, that would be awesome. Go ahead and stand in this lunge position. So I'm gonna have my right knee bent, and I'm gonna take my right hand and hold on to it. Now, if you had like one of the long, stretchy bands, you can put it around. But because this is so tight, we're gonna hold it right here, right on our thigh. Can you see that? So it looks like this. You don't need to see my feet. So we're gonna hold it here, and you're gonna row back and press. Pull back and press. Now let me show you if it's too easy. You'll take your foot and place it on top here. Can you see? Can you see it like that? And you can row and pull. Row and pull. Now try not to turn the torso and just drive that arm along your side. 5. Belly button is in. So think about your core tight. If you feel yourself arching or rounding, flat back. So 7, 8, 9, 10. And you'll know if it gets too hard and you can't pull anymore, you can take a break or change it a little bit. All right, so let's release it and switch. So we're just gonna put it on our foot or on your hand here. So you have the choice, and that's another nice thing about this band, is there's a lot of variations to the intensity of the exercise. Keep going. So hopefully you switched legs, you didn't just switch arms. 6, 7, 8, 9, keep your elbows to your side and relax the shoulder. 10, 11, we're gonna do one more standing, and 12. Good, so go ahead and release the strap from wherever it is, and we're gonna sit in this little chair pose. So a chair pose is knees bent, pelvic tilted. So can you see that? Like knees bent, and I'm just lifting my shirt so you can see that we're not arching, we're not tucking, we're just keeping everything straight here. Okay, so we're in a slight bend. Now you don't have to be there, but I want you to activate your thighs and your pelvis. And we're gonna take, and I'll do my right arm first. I'm gonna take my left arm across at my belly button, right here. Okay, and I'm in this chair pose, kind of like a mini squat. If you feel this in your knees, you can step back, it doesn't have to be. And we're gonna do a tricep kickback. So my hand is inside, and I'm gonna press back and in, back and in, back. Now another thing that you can do with your strap, if it's too easy, is you can wrap it around your hand, you see that? And make it harder. So I can take it and make it smaller and shorten. Good, take your shoulder and press it away from your ear. Yes, 8, 9, 10, and so we're just doing a couple exercises, there's a million more, and 12. So let's switch sides, right? So I'm gonna bring it across my belly. You can tighten it here or tighten it here to make it shorter. 1, 2, and then we're gonna start working through the abs. 3, and lay down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I don't know why I can't stop at 11. 11's like a weird number. Okay. It's either like 8, 10, 12, I don't know what. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down, and maybe what I'll do is come closer and just angle my camera a little like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this strap. Is this better? Okay, so let's take the strap. First, we're gonna do some abs, and then we're gonna come back to the legs. Take your strap and wrap it around your feet here. And I'm gonna hold on like this. Okay? So from here, we're gonna slowly pull back, just halfway, and then come back. What I want you to keep in mind is think of it as a rubber band, right? So it might come back. It's gonna snap back if you let it. So I want you to fight the resistance as you come up. And I apologize, I'm gonna take my shirt off so that you can see how the body is contracting here, rather than a flat, like a baggy shirt. So what I want you to think about is your rib cage is contracting each muscle in your abdominal area and then connecting your hip and your ribs. So we come back and try not to let it boing you back, right? So here, 1, and we're just gonna do a few exercises and a few repetitions because right now you're really just learning, and you can always come back to this recorded version and then you can do more exercises, right? So you might feel your arms working. You're gonna definitely feel that core activation. And this is a warm up right here. 4 more. 2, hold it back, hold it back, hold it back, hold it back. little presses up halfway. 1, 2. Do not let that band do the work, right? So when you come back up, make sure it doesn't snap. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Yes?
Yes.
Take your band and place it around your thighs now. Right here. Go ahead and roll onto your back, and we're going to grab our band. Now, it's going to help us do a crunch, but it's going to allow us to come up a little higher. So if you don't like it, you can have your hands and just do crunches and say, forget about your band, but it still keeps everything neutral. So we're still isolating, and that band is helping you with that. If not, you're going to take your hand, I'm going to pull up, pull, and all the way down. Pull up, and I'm trying not to use my arms as much as I am the resistance band to help me lift, slow, and release. Now, if you want to go halfway, one hand behind the head, maybe do a few that way, and then one hand behind the head, and do a few that way. So let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3. How's this one feel? I can see you, Melissa, you look good. And hold it. All right, so keep your band around your thighs. And if it gets all curled up, just fix it. And we're gonna give our abs a little break, and we're gonna roll over onto one side. So we're gonna get through the booty here. And there's a couple different options. One is you can keep your head up like this, but ideally your spine is in a funky position. So either down here, or you can even be up here. Just make sure not to sink into the shoulder. So if you're here, push up here. Put your feet together. And we're gonna, this is called a clamshell. Remember when Teri was talking about driving? And she's like, I do, or I'm at my desk and I do outer thigh thingies, like the spread your leg thingies. Here we go, okay? And you can do different things seated. So see how the foot stays down, and you're gonna go right into those glutes here. Now you may notice it feels a little different when you're up as opposed to down. It's a little tiny bit different. So anytime we change an angle in our body, keep going. It does change. Let's do 5 more. You'll feel it right there, yeah? You can even put your hand right there and you can feel that muscle contract. Yes, 3, I see it. 2, hold it up, hold it. Now keep it here, push that foot in. We're gonna do tiny little lifts. So we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Straighten your leg. Now, option to straighten this leg or bend it. Okay, and we're gonna go back and forth, back and forth. Try not to let the band do the work. Okay, so try to allow your body use the resistance to your benefit rather than swinging, right? We don't want to swing. So let's do 4 more like that. 4. And again, I'm just giving you a whole bunch of different ones. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it straight. Let's lift the leg a little higher. Keep your toes and knees forward. So if you feel them turn them back. Yes? All right, so let's look from here. 10, 9. I want you to feel the resistance band. You can always take a break, or you can always do these exercises next time without the band. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Anyone's booty burning? Just give me some thumbs up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit up.
Michelle,
We're gonna do this. Yeah?
if they don't have a band, they can still do it.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So a lot of these exercises you can still do if you don't have a band, right? And that's what I mean, even if it starts burning, you can take the band off, or you can just do them without the band.
No excuses.
No excuses. Okay, so what the leg that was on top, we're gonna do the inner thigh of the leg on top, and then we'll flip over and do the same exercise on the other side. So here's what we're gonna do, is make sure that you're not rounded like this. I want you to sit tall. So a good tip is to use your fingertips to push away so that your spine is long. So make sure you're not like this, okay? So rule number 1, long spine, hinge at the hip. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our strap to our shins or maybe your ankles, okay? I don't like things on my ankles. I've had surgery and I don't like things on my ankle. I'm gonna put it on my shins. And you're gonna open up just enough where you turn, can you see my leg with the right leg? Turn your toe and knee out like this. Now here's the deal, everybody's different. So some people need their knees more bent, some people need their legs straighter. But you're gonna know, because I don't want you to feel it here in the hip flexor, I want you to feel it all the way down your inner thigh here, okay? So if it starts to burn here before it burns here, adjust to where your legs are, okay? All right, so we're gonna come here, we're gonna turn out, I'm gonna open up, right, a little bit, and just lift up and down, up and down. Now this like sliding, you can also put the weight, you see that? You can also put it here and lift up. But again, I don't like anything on my ankle, so I can't really do that. But here it is, right? And so I'm feeling it in the inner thigh, not my hip flexor here. And the abs, right? So I'm activating the core, just like Teri said. All these exercises help activate the core. Let's do 8 more. Can you feel it right here? 7, anyone? Just give me a thumbs up, but I can see that. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Feel the resistance. Little lifts for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes? Yeah. Okay, so let's do the other side, and then I'll finish you off, okay? We'll just finish that way. So let's take those legs back to the thighs, and let's do our clamshells. So we're gonna roll onto the other side, remember, either up, lift it away from the shoulder, or down here. If you like this, you can, but again, it's not ideal for the spine. So totally up to you. Feet together, clamshell up and down. And what I like to do is take this top hand and just gently press it so I'm not rocking back and forth. I feel real stable with my balance, right? And you can even feel those obliques working right from your hip to your rib cage. Let's do 8 more. Can you feel it? You can put your hand right here and feel it. It's always harder on the second side, by the way, because 1, you are working this bottom leg for stabilizing, and 2, my theory is that this leg knows what's going to happen, and it's like, oh, hell no. 3.
Good reason
2.
to start with your weaker link.
Start with your weaker leg. That's a good idea. I always just sort of switch sides. Like sometimes I start right, sometimes I start left. I never really thought of that. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight leg. Bottom leg could be straight or bent. And we're going to swing back and forth. Now again, try not to just swing and use momentum. Isolate. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, all my years of doing this, I've never really thought, oh, start with your weaker leg. It's a good idea. 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg straight. Hold it. Toes and knees are forward. Make sure they're not turned up. Toes and knees right here. Let's do 8 slow and then 10 more isolated. 3, 4. Anyone's booty burning? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ready? Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. Here we go. Lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. This band is really hard, by the way. All right, go ahead and push yourself up. Let's do inner thighs. We'll do inner thighs, finish off with a little bit of a plank exercise, and we'll call it a workout. I'll give you a little stretch for those booties, okay? So, same thing on the shins, or if you need a little bit more, you can have it on your foot and on your ankle. Again, I don't like it on my ankle, but so everyone's different. We all have modifications that we need. So, use your fingertips for a long spine. So make sure that your spine is long, so you can use those fingertips. Turn your toe and knee out, out, okay? And if you're a dancer, call this attitude, right? So lift, keep going, get mine on my shins, up, up, good. So draw that belly button and think of your pelvis as sort of pulling in like a bowl. So you're gonna close that bowl and make sure it's nice and even. 8, 7, 6, 5, adjust accordingly. 3, 2, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Here we go, lift 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Oh, good. Now you can keep that strap on. Go to a little butterfly, and your legs can be further out. So they can be further out or close, you choose, and just grab on. Now here's another way we're talking about stretching with the band, is you can take your band, wrap it around your feet, and you can use it to pull in. So I'm just pointing my elbows back, shining my heart nice and bright. And then if you feel yourself pinching your neck, just tuck your chin slightly into the spine, and then you can rock down. And slowly release. All right, are you ready for one more? Let's do some planks. Are you okay with that? Okay, thumbs up. Okay, so take your strap around your, well, let's, 2 options. We're gonna do planks. So if you're doing your planks on your knees, then you'll want, I'll show you in a second, you'll want them on your thigh. If you're gonna do your planks on your toes, right, or on our elbows or our hands, you're gonna have your strap on your shins. So I'll show you both options in case you need one. And again, if you don't wanna do the band at all, you don't have to. In your plank, all right, in your plank, you can have your hands long, your arms long, or you could be on your elbows, but make sure your back doesn't arch. So we're gonna tuck in our belly button, okay? And I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna lift into my plank. So plank here, notice the back never changes. All right, so even this is a really good exercise. So right here, we're gonna step out and in, out and in, out. They could be on your ankles. If you want them on your ankles, you're gonna have to step out further, but if you feel those hips turning, bring your knees in. Now, if you're on your knees doing it, I'll show you. You guys just keep doing yours. Do 10, 1, 1, 2, 2. All right, so right, left is 1. You can do your exercises while I show you the modification. Here's the modification, out and out, out. The upper body never changes, whether I'm on my elbows or I'm on my hands, the upper body doesn't change, okay? And you can have them on your thighs here and still be here. All right, let's do 4 more, 4, maybe you're done. 3, 2, 1, and release. Don't worry about your strap, just leave it where it's at. Take a nice deep stretch. And release. Go ahead and roll onto your booty. Let's finish off here. Take your strap, place it around your feet. We're just gonna stretch real quick. So right here, pull up, and rather than leaning into your hips, bring the chin and chest forward, hinge at the hip only. So just hinging, hamstring stretch, and maybe you wiggle and push those booties back a little bit. And if you don't need the strap, then you can let go of the strap. The strap is really there to help you reach. So let's say this is as far as you can go. Grab your strap, it helps you flex. All right, so you choose where you want to go. And slowly release. Shake it out. Let's just do a quick stretch. You don't need your strap. Bring your arm across your chest, drop your shoulder away from your shoulder or your shoulder away from your ear, and press that shoulder blade down. Press your arm into your chest. Take a slow, deep breath. How do you feel? Maybe a little like warm, tingly heat through the glutes, through the thighs, maybe even through your abs and your center. Shake it out. So side body and upper body too. So bring your shoulder, press it down, bring it across the chest. Take a deep breath, kind of pressing on your heart. And if you showed up tonight, you should be super proud, even if it was to watch, right? It's you taking time for yourself and allowing yourself some self-care. So just learning allows you to regroup. Shake it out. And you can take one thing away from this. Take your hands and clasp them around and back. If you cannot reach your hands together, welcome to your band. If you can't reach your hands together, you can use it. Roll your shoulders, turn your palms out if you're holding on, or grab on and lift your arms off. So with the strap or without the strap? Yeah, that strap is handy. Shake it out. Let's take a big inhale, reach up nice and tall. Thank you, Teri. Thank you, Melissa, for allowing me to be part of your journey. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, I am totally available for you. So, namaste.
Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. That was so educational.
Well, good. I hope you had fun. A little heat going on in the body.
Yeah, booty burn.
Yeah, a little booty burn, a little upper body, working them guns. So yeah, please let me know. I think Melissa will post a link for a discount on my memberships, and I'm adding a bunch of new stuff starting next month. And so it's gonna be really cool. Some new stuff, Melissa, you'll get to know about too. But yeah, it's awesome. So, and if you need help, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your program is, like how it works? Like, can I sign on? And do I sign on and then take any class that I want, or do you teach at certain times, or how does that work?
Both. So right now I'm on Facebook. I've been on Facebook for the last couple of years. And so I do live classes in the morning. And as you can see, you posted a weekly schedule, but starting next month, I'm going to be doing a monthly schedule instead so that you can plan a little bit further in advance for live classes, but they're generally around the same. These are all Pacific Standard for live. All classes are recorded. So then you can go in and do any class. They're all in categories. I personally do one-on-one coaching so that I can help you figure out what classes, if you need more assistance on what you need for your body, right? Everyone's different. And as you can see here, we have 15-minute classes. Gentle yoga is about 45. Beginner are always 20 minutes. You don't have to be a beginner. Here we did, this week we're doing yoga sculpt. And so we combine a lot of things. Nothing's over 35 minutes because no one has the time for that. We always have excuses, whatever it is. And then we even have 10-minute stretch classes, right? And so it's all on that Facebook, and then a website, which again, I'm going to be changing in a month or so. We're working on just a really cool way to do. So we'll be starting to do Zoom classes actually soon, as well as like our live will be Zoom instead, which is going to be really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then I also offer, which I think would be a great compilation for your clients that are on these, like the detox and the this and the that, all these different programs is, and maybe you do this, so I hope I'm not stepping on your toes at all, but I don't think you do, is I offer one-on-one where we really find a way to make these things work where it's sustainable, rather than you saying like, well, I fell off the wagon, I gained 10 pounds and now I'm back on the high, the hardcore one. And then I slowly, and so I teach you how to find food freedom basically, so that you can still use products, but not so that it's always the option, like I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this. It's like finding that balance of using the vitamins that you offer, right? These vitamins are amazing, but finding a way to do it so that you can be sustainable for a lifetime and learning those.
And that's what the program is about. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
I just need to get mine under control right now, so I'm gonna do that.
Right. Okay. Well, I like I said, I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
No. I just personally went off the rail, totally
off the rail, right? And we all do, right? You even said like it just shit happens, right?
Right.
But so that it doesn't happen. But anyway, yeah. But the classes, I have so many clients that just do classes, and it's super fun. I know Melissa does them because it's easy on the road. So. Yeah. Anyway.
Very great.
I think she has a link.
Yes. So you're giving a code to get a percentage off. And so we've got that in our group. We've got the link, but I personally have been able to get on Michelle's website, and it was just so easy because no matter where you are, what you're doing, you can fit it into your time schedule. You can either get to her recorded ones or her Facebook Live, and the code to save us all a little bit of money is just so appreciative. So thank you so much. We are rounding out on time. We've got 2 minutes left. So just to continue, what we have coming up is just a lot. So really quick, we have Wellness 101 this coming Wednesday. And then I just have to throw this in there. We've got car care on Thursday. And then Menopause 101 with Pam Torgerson next Monday. So we're hitting a few varied topics before we get back to chapter 1 in our TLS book, just to provide a few more wellness opportunities. We want to give a huge thank you to Michelle and to Teri for leading us in free tools and resources. Again, I want to say you can win a resistance band if you don't have one by being a guest at our event, and we love referrals, so bringing another guest. If you are not yet in our M3's Get Fit for Life Facebook group, you can message me to get that invite, and that's where our link and code is. You do not have to be part of our group to get Michelle's code just for being here tonight. You have earned it. And so we definitely want to make sure that you have that. So this is not a secret. It is something we want to share with everyone because we want everyone to find their best fit. So thank you all for your time. I am going to stop the recording. And if anybody wants to ask questions, if Michelle and Teri have 2 more minutes, we'll keep going.